The potential of irrigation is now more evident within Turkana County than at any other time. River Takwel and Kerio hold the key. The area is perceived to have about 16,000 hectares of land, which is potential for irrigation, which if well exploited, the region can create a food basket for itself and the neighboring districts. Engineer Daniel Barasa is the General Manager and Chief Executive Officer of the National Irrigation Board.
We're in the process of carrying out a study, which we have just awarded a few days ago, to see really how much potential do we have and how much can be developed with the water that is flowing without constructing dams for the time being.
Some challenges. Not everyone here has embraced agricultural farming.
To mitigate that problem, that challenge of pastoralism, we are working very closely with the local government, the local chief, the DO and the DC, at least to sensitize the pastoralists about the need of this project.
Another challenge facing this kind of farming is that some of the rivers here are seasonal, which makes it hard for farmers to grow crops throughout the year. Kerio River is usually dry half the year. This is worrying many farmers who depend on it to irrigate their farms.
Sasa shamba yangu ndio hii. Naanza kupanda leo na sijui maji kama itapatikana kwa sababu tumeona hata maji kwa nini huko kwa mto huko ni kama imeisha. Sasa tunabahatisha tu maji.
However, plans are underway to construct a dam along the river, which will be feeding water to the irrigation scheme during the dry spell.
And we intend to develop a dam on the Kerio River, such that we can stabilize the river flow so that we can have water throughout the year. This will enable irrigation to be carried out in the two schemes that you visit, Lokbai and Elelea, throughout the year, rather than only within about 8 to 6 months.
But for this to happen, more funds must be allocated to the National Irrigation Board. The board had made a budget proposal of 11.8 billion shillings for the 2012-2013 financial year, but only got 8 billion shillings.
Now, most of this money, unfortunately, will be going for completion of the projects that were started during the financial year 2011-2012. Therefore, there will be only a few projects that will be coming on board next financial year.
But how flexible is the board as far as modern farming technologies are concerned?
Turkana, we're already looking at drip irrigation in Turkana. And you must have noted there's an area where we are moving into a drip irrigation. We also believe that in certain areas, especially where water is a constraint, we need to move to new technologies. The world is changing, and NIB cannot stay constant.
They add that young people from this region need to embrace farming, as many of the farmers in the scheme are old, who are not able to handle the speed some crop husbandry practices like weeding, irrigation and harvesting require.
Developing even Katilo alone to 5,000 is enough to feed the Turkana region the way it is today. And now, putting on Elelea and Lokbai, it would imply that Turkana alone should be able to feed not only Turkana and the other areas that are coming downwards, that's Baringo and West Pokot.
It is evident that irrigation can play a significant role in alleviating problems associated with scarcity of food and poverty in this region. Thus, the need to intensify irrigation in all arid and semi-arid areas, which constitute 80% of our country.